Alright, welcome back. We're going to do turn 3 of this Battle of Worringen. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do here is I'm going to do some command checks, because we got some out-of-command people, and determine who wants to try to rest for the turn. So I can tell right now, command range is 4, so he's out of command. And he is in command, actually. 1, 2... This guy is going to be out of command. And these guys in the way in the back here are going to be out of command as well. So I think that's it for those. And then resting, let's see here. So these guys kind of in the back are going to try to rest up. I don't know if he should, but he'll maybe. This guy, probably spare him out of the battle right now. He'll try to rest, and everybody else is adjacent to somebody or too close. So I'll do that. Okay, so next up, we're going to have to go ahead and roll for our initiative and put the markers on everything. So here's our initiative roll. We have 7 versus 9, so it's going to be a total of 8 versus 10, 2, so the French will choose whichever wing they want to go first. And they're going to choose Adolf, mostly because they need to make some room in case he gets routed. He needs some room, so they need to clear up some space. And so he's going to do a full move going back, and he's going to actually attack this unit when the time comes. I'm going to put that there. And these guys, now it's tempting for these guys to actually attack him, to kick him back, because then they can mess up this guy getting a break. Only problem is him. So we're going to do 2, 4. And then we're going to do a backwards, some other fallbacks. These units are going to disengage from him, so hopefully the hope is that he gets pushed back. They're going to disengage like this. This engagement is 1 hex in any rear maintaining facing. It doesn't have to be straight. And then, so, because these guys are all going to get to go again. And we're going to melee here. When Jean goes, these guys are all going to be going again. So there's going to be these 3 melees right now. So I'll do this one first. A knight versus a knight is even. Morale is even. Odds are 1 to 1, so it's a +1, +2, +3 because of discourage. So it's a +3 attack. Okay, let's see here. It's going to be an 8. So the defenders have an F plus an R, which is actually going to be pretty devastating. And let's look at why that's the case. So this guy here, he's already fatigued, so the additional fatigue doesn't do anything. However, he has to retreat into a frontal hex, which means instead of becoming discouraged, which means he has to take another level of disorganization, which is rout. And there's no route path for this guy. There's no 2 hex route in the direction of his route edge. There's enemy units you can't route through. He can't end his route on this hex with the friendly unit, and he couldn't. There's no route, so this guy's going to be eliminated. So that worked out for the French there. Put him with the other dead knight, and he must advance, and he'll advance like that. Okay. Now let's do this one. So leadership, the French have a net +1. Odds are 2 to 1, so that's a +2, so we're at +3. And quality makes it +4. So this time Adolf has the upper hand. And I thought this was a weak French wing. So it's +4. That's going to be a 0 + 4 is a 4, and I know that that's just nothing. Nothing happens at all. So after that fairly unsuccessful attack, we'll end it over here. We've got knights attacking men-at-arms, which is going to be a net +1. 1 to 1 is a plus, makes it +2, and troop quality makes it +3. He's hoping to push him back. That's what he's wanting to do. So, well, that's another 4, so nothing happens yet again. So the next activation will be the Archbishop of Cologne's army, and because he gets the tiebreaker on the 1, and that's going to be Henry VI. Now Henry functionally right now just has this unit. This guy over here belongs to him, but he's out of command, and he's got some out of command knights way back here, and some men-at-arms way off camera, the ones who routed but rallied. So they'll be just trying to catch back up. So what he's going to do is he's going to try to deal with Jean. I don't want him to attack both of these. He needs to get the biggest modifier he can to try to push, really to try to discourage this unit. So he's going to turn for 2. That way only he is in his frontal hex, and then he's going to attack him. So we have 1 to 1 odds, that's a +1, +2 because of quality, and then +3 because of the differential on the leadership. So it's just a +3. Just kind of turning and twisting and trying to get to him, trying to unhorse him. Okay, so they need a 7, really. Oh, look at that, a 7. Okay, let's see here. So the 7 with a +3 is a 10, so the defender is discouraged and retreats, and he has to advance. All right. So that pushes Jean back. It's not that great, actually. It's almost the best thing. Well, that was really the best possible result with a +3. So he comes back, and I'll grab a discouraged marker and throw that on him. So he's getting close to routing, really. And he's going to change and move this way. So there's going to be a lot of activity here, because once Jean goes, which is the next activation actually, Adolf's pretty much his whole wing is going to get to go again, plus a bunch of stuff. But then when Siegfried goes, then he's going to go again as well. So basically... All right, so the next activation just belongs to Jean. So let's see what he'll be doing. Let's see here. So basically, given his command radius, essentially the entire French army is moving, except for down here off camera, the little Arnoul's wing. So every French unit you can see here is within 4 hexes of him, actually. Just a little bit crazy. I mean, they can all go. So... there's going to be just a repetition here of melee there, and okay, so this, they're going to try to kill him, so that would be, for these guys to move here would be 2, so that they can just pile onto him. I'm already going to declare melee here. He can move 2, he can try to attack him in the rear. And this militia will move 2, 4, essentially blocking him from retreating in the rear. So he was going to try to cut him off. Godfrey himself can... Honestly, we can just... melee down the line here. He's got a slight advantage on that unit. this might be the French's turn to really do some stuff. 2, 3, so this militia will push forward, and I might sacrifice this militia to soak off an attack here so that he can attack him. What about that? It would be really disadvantageous. Well, the problem is that if he gets a fallback result, he's going to die. So it would be sacrificial lamb. Well, not necessarily. I do it if I sequence it, then he can have a place to go. So I think I'll do that. And the war wagon will back up. These guys will continue to go into their rear hexes to try to get away so they can rally. And that's going to be it. So, and there's going to be melee here. So I'm going to do this one first. 1-to-1 is a +1. Uphill is -1. And the rear is +2. So this is going to be a +2 attack, and it's knights on knights, so that's all the same. So that's a 2, actually. So the defender's fatigued, and the attacker retreats. All right. That wasn't what I thought would happen, but it actually is not that bad. He can just fall back here. So that does leave a hole for this militia. These guys are all going to pile on him. So I've got, well, 2-to-1 and higher is +2, so +2 for that. But militia attacking knights is -3, so we're at -1. But he's attacking in the rear, which is +2, so it's +1, and they have better troop quality, so it's +2. That's kind of funny. So +2 on this guy right here. That's going to be a 6. So with a 6, the defender is going to retreat, and all the attackers are fatigued. That's big. Actually, it's not necessarily good for the French, because that's a lot of units to be fatigued. 4 units, and he has a place to go. He's just pushed back. And I'll advance these guys. But that's a lot of fatigued units now. And their quality is a 3. Their strength is down. Not too good for the French, actually. Okay, this attack. Knights. No, it's HA on HA. 3-to-2 odds is 1-to-1, so +1, +2. Quality makes it +3. So this is a +3 attack. That's a 10. Discouraged and retreat. That was a little more effective. He pushes up. French are doing pretty well. That troop quality makes a big difference. Okay, so let's do this like soak off thing. So it's minus a ton. It's like, oh my gosh, this is terrible. So it's -3, -3 more, -6, -7, +2. It's -5. This is awful. I rolled a 3, so it's a -2. So the attacker is fatigued and retreats. Well, let's see if that paid off. I mean, let's see. So we've got this attack again. It's a repeat. I should know the odds. +1 for leadership. +2, +3, +4. It's +4. Okay. I rolled a 9. Okay. Okay. Roll a 9. So it's a discouraged and retreat. So I know that much. So he's going to end up back here. A little bit off screen. And he's going to be discouraged. But I rolled a 9. So I have to make leader loss checks for both Adolfs. Adolf versus Adolf. Okay, so I'm going to say this is for the French. I'll say this one's for the French. It's more greenish. This one is for the other Adolf. Adolf within the other Adolf French Adolf, other Adolf. So I'm making a roll now, and to see what happens to these guys. Okay, I have a 0 and a 9, so the French Adolf is nothing, and the other Adolf has been killed. So after they shove each other around for a bit, they've been in each other's faces for a little while now, and he pushes up, and he is slain. So now we have a replacement leader that I'll just leave there, and he can change facing when he retreats. He'll leave his facing. So that was actually major. This is a big turn for the French, actually. They're doing some pretty big stuff. Okay, and then right here we've got 1-1 is +1, +2 quality, +3. So it was a +3. A 6 becomes a 9. Fatigue and retreat. He's going to retreat there because he can. Advance. Okay, big turn. That was a really big turn. So the coalition-ish Siegfried's army needs to take care of business now. Okay, Siegfried. Range of 4. A lot of these. And I was thinking about you've got these guys resting, bringing them up to plug this, but I think it might be better to let them rest because a lot of this French line is getting fatigued. Bring in these are knights. I think these are knights too. Yeah. Get some fresh knights back into the fight. So they're going to still stay there, I believe. So right here, he's going to do a fallback so he can try to hopefully get a chance to rally. He's going to get in his face. That does leave a hole there. Potentially disastrous, but we'll just see. Henry, it'd be nice to push Jean, but I feel like he needs to get... I mean, these knights are still fresh. They've got to do something to Adolf, and he's got to get revenge. So he's going to move up. Unfortunately, he can't charge, but I already know I'm going to do a melee there. Okay. Next up, we've got these weakened militia. Oh, I know what they can do. So he needs to move first. 2, 4. He's going to charge. He gets out of the way. Siegfried leads the charge. These HAs will hit them. They'll join in on that, I believe. Over here, these knights need to fall back to... They'll do this. Try to hope he rallies. He might. That's the hope. That's why I did that. Try to get them back together. Come on. I don't think that they want to attack Godfrey. That would be a negative. That would be a negative. Net negative, I believe. -2. Yeah, be a -2. They're going to stay put. I think that's going to be the movements. So we're setting up, attacking here, charge. So let's do, what do I want to do first? I guess I'll do this melee first with the militia. So let's use the combat matrix most favorable to the defender. The HA won't get the benefit, but I have +2 for rear attack, and I've got 5 to 3, which is just 1 to 1, so +1. So it's only a +3. Okay, that's something. So let's see. 7, that's a 10. D plus R. Doing that did put him out of command, but that's a small price to pay, I guess. So push them back. Still got some fresh guys. That's done. Let's do the charge next. Can he reaction charge? You know, actually, I don't think he can reaction charge. This is not good order. But let's see. Yeah, he can. It doesn't say he can't. 5. He got it, I believe. Yep. So the +3 is canceled. That actually means that this is not going to go well. -1 for leadership, -1. It's a -1 for leadership, -1 for. No, matrix isn't. Just -1 for leadership, -1 for quality, -2. They're discouraged, +2, so it's just an even roll. So it's just like the dice. Let's see here. I rolled a 9. Oh my gosh. Okay, this could be extremely impactful again. Fatigue and retreat. He's already fatigued. He retreats. It's an obligatory advance, so I'm going to have to roll again for the leader loss issue. Same colors. A 6 and a 2. Okay, so if nothing happens to him on a 6, the leader is captured. So, okay. So in this charge, and he pushes forward, he captures Gene. All right, interesting. Okay, so there's going to be a new army commander. It's whoever has the highest command rating. He's going to be the new Arnul. Will be the new army commander. Okay, and this melee. +1 for leadership, +3 because it's a rear attack. +4 because of morale. A 3 becomes a 7, fatigue and retreat. Boom. So there's Henry. He's running across the battlefield. He starts way over near the flank, and now he's just cutting through. He hits Gene, bounces him around a little bit, and then cuts through into Adolf. And now this is where the body of Adolf is. So he's getting the battle. They fought over the battle. And it's very Homeric. That was cool. Okay, so that was that activation. Very interesting. A lot of twists and turns. It's getting really dramatic, actually. The story of this is really getting to me. All right, so at this point, I'm probably getting overly excited. There was some cool drama there with Henry and Adolf, and vicissitudes of battle here. So Godfrey's going next, and he's got a chance to really make something happen. The question is, really, I mean, he just has these 2 militia that are fatigued. One of his units of knights was killed. So he just has, his knights are gone. He's got these men-at-arms, and he's got these 2 militia. So, and they're kind of holding this, anchoring this, well, kind of, the center-ish area. The line is, I feel, getting tighter. Maybe I'm wrong about that. I don't remember how far out it went. How far. So he could do something wacky like It would cost 3 to move here because it's +1 movement, +1 for the hill, so 3. That would be 5. 6. He could go all the way over here to mess with his resting and attack him at a pretty good advantage, actually. Even though they're knights, he could really do some damage, so then he would end up here. Very far away. Probably not a great idea, honestly. He could 3, 5 turn. This turn, I feel like, really, I mean, that could be painful, or we could actually just come and attack these knights in the rear. Might be that would prevent. I just feel like I kind of feel like doing anything like that coming over here would potentially open things up. I mean, yeah, these are kind of like reinforcements coming, but then that would leave these guys open to just come in here and try to do like some killing blow type stuff on these like worn out militia. I mean, it almost feels too conservative on the other hand to just either sit there or come back 1. That feels too safe, so I'm really not sure what to do with this guy's turn. He could come up this hill. Now, he can't really handle that unit. Or he wouldn't. It would be a negative mod attacking that one. He could attack this guy in the rear. But to do that, he'd have to do 2, 5. He couldn't do that. He'd have to attack him as well. They don't want to attack down the line, because if he attacks, he doesn't want to have to take on both of these guys. Although, maybe he could, actually, because 3, it'd be 1 to 1. So that's +1. +2, it would be a +3. The flip side is he doesn't necessarily want to advance. Don't want a situation that looks like that. Because just shoving them back isn't necessarily helping him. It feels to me like I can't even really evaluate who's winning. It feels to me like the French are getting torn up, but on the other hand, they're still overall better. I'm wondering where all their knights have gone. I mean, well, they're over here. He's fatigued. Fresh. He's going to recover. He's not a knight, though. Knights are here, I think. They're over here. They need some cohesion. He needs to rally, so he's going to also backing up means that if they get pushed back later, then he is really going to have problems. Actually. I cannot decide. I should just decide. This guy should go before this guy. So they should be able to get them a clear space. Backing up also means that he could potentially back up to do a charge. So I think he's going to just do that and not even attack. It gives them a clear line. Since Siegfried did push them back a little bit here, the line is, they're trying to keep a line. Okay, 3s. So what does that mean? What does that mean for Renaud? Okay, this guy's out of command, so he can either do nothing or move closer to him. So Renaud is going to do this. He's going to charge, so this guy has to move first. The charge rule is kind of weird. It says if you move through a friendly unit, then they basically can become routed. But when would that happen if you just move this guy first? So I don't understand. Is this guy? He's in command, but he's resting. And he's out of command. So this guy's going to go 2, and then he's going to try to charge him. He can't really move. He's going to stay where he is. He'll be in command next turn, barring some shenanigans. I'd like to move here, do some shenanigans with that to block this guy's retreat, but he's out of command. He can't move adjacent to anybody, I'm pretty sure. So, okay, so all that's happening here is that he's moving over and charging Arnul, who is now the army commander. I need to pull up the counter for that. But, so let's see if this knight can countercharge. He does, so that negates the +3. Leadership is the same. Morale is the same. It's 1-to-1, so it's +1, and then +2 more because this unit is discouraged. So it's a net +3. So really, if I roll a 7, that'll rout this unit because he's already fatigued and discouraged. If he gets, so let's see, it's a 6, so that's just a 9. So it's a fatigue and retreat. So he just shoves him back. So I think he's gonna need to be there instead of there. And okay, so actually he's going to Elan. So let's see if he can reaction charge again. He does, so it's going to be the exact... Oh, shit. He was downhill. It was +1 more. So he did rout him. I rolled a 6, which is a 9, and I didn't account for terrain. It's downhill. So he does rout because he got a discourage result. If you're already discouraged, it fatigues the unit. If they're already fatigued, then they just rout. So he immediately... Oh. It's an immediate 2-hex retreat in a straight line. That's how I've been playing it. You can't do a bend. It's a straight line. I've consistently played it that way. So, and that's not toward the map edge. So how it... Because that could be a straight line, but it's not really toward the map edge. Let me take a pause for a second here. Yeah, I think the rules are pretty clear. I mean, it just explicitly says toward the map edge indicated in the scenario. So it has to be 2, and there's even a clarification because he had an F+R, which basically turns into a DR+R. Or, wait. Fatigue means, yeah, essentially I would say that F turns into a DR, which is rout, before the R part of this, because it's a fatigue and a retreat, which would be a fatigue and fallback 1. And then he's going to rout, but I would rule really the fatigue, the disrupt happens first, but the disrupt becomes a rout. So the rout movement happens, and it's here, so he will be eliminated. So that's another knight unit. So that... And then this guy's going to reappear here. And he moves here. So then that was the charge. So he doesn't have anybody to Elan at this point. So he will... does he really need to change? Is this guy really going to go over there in the rear? He might. He'll change. Okay, so now it's going to be Arnul's turn after that. He wants to rally this unit for sure. But he doesn't want to be in the charge path of this guy. So if that's the issue with him turning. If he goes a fallback move like that, he's going to be charged. Then again, he has a 5. He could just stay where he is. But he is the army commander. That is harmful. He's going to do that. And okay, he's not in a frontal hex. He's going to go there. Or 1, 2, 3, 4. Not really sure about that. Okay, so let me do the rally phase for this turn and kind of evaluate where we are with the points. I can get rid of these out of command markers for the time being. Okay, all the guys who rested successfully will flip over. With some rally attempts, I'll do him first. He's a 5, he rallies. A 3 for this guy, he rallies. Okay, stabilizing. He's a 4, he does not rally. Can't. He can try. He should rally. Wow, rolled a 9. He's not going to rally. That's not good for him. This guy needs a 4. A 0, he gets it. This guy needs a 3. He rallies. Okay. This guy, no modifiers. He's what, a 3? He's a 4. He got a 0. He rallies. A lot of people are rallying. It's the prisoner. He can't do it because he's adjacent. And then I got this guy way in the back. He rallies. So he's good order again now. Okay, so point spread. These are the dead folk. I'll set them over here. These knights are worth 5 points each, and the leader is worth only 3 points, which is a little bit weird. Knights are 5, and eliminated, killed leaders are 3. So the French have scored 8 points. The coalition 5, 10, and they have a captured leader, so they currently have 17. So it's 17 to 8. So this is actually way more balanced than the prior scenario. So that's exciting. Oh, I forgot to rally. It's off screen. There's a routed militia unit. So he needs a 3. He didn't, so he's going to perform route movement. He's still got like 2 turns at least. Yeah, like 2 turns to rally before he goes off the board. Militia's only worth like 2 or something like that. They're not really worth much of anything. 2, yeah. So it's, like I said, balanced on the point spread so far. And Gene could be gotten back. That's not a permanent thing. You know, this is actually a really kind of a very not very good unit that's holding him. So it's the only thing is that all this is like fatigue guys, and I'm gonna have to pause and really try to find where all the knights are. I mean, there's 2 eliminated French knight units, both good units, and they were surprising when they got eliminated, really. So yeah, all right. Well, I'm gonna end it.